Good morning and welcome back to another instalment of our Portuguese barn conversion series.
Today is a really exciting day on the barn renovation project because we are finally tackling the mezzanine.
This has been a long time coming and neither of us could sleep last night because we were just so excited to get cracking with it.
I've always dreamed of having a mezzanine in my home since I was a kid, and that might sound strange to you, but the reality is going to come true today, hopefully.
We're the indie projects, Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats, Ginjey Bear and Fernando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home.
Good morning, it's an absolutely perfect day for what we've got planned today and I'm really excited. There's not a cloud in the sky. We have been doing some practicing before we fully... Fernando is literally running between my feet. He's trying to trip me up. He's trying to stop me from working. We've been doing some practicing before we fully commit to what we're doing, but let's show you what we're up to.
Hello.
Hello. I just crept up on you really quietly.
So I've been doing some different tests to see how these lag bolts work, and what I've worked out and from research is you have to do 2 different pilot holes, and we're going into a really hard wood. Chestnut is super hard, so you need to pre-drill obviously, but you need to pre-drill the right size holes, otherwise when you're cranking the bolt into the wood it will split it open, and you don't want any splits because then that will harm the structural integrity of the beam. So I think I've figured it out.
So what have you got going on here?
So here I'm just doing a test to see how it will look and how far I need to do the pilot holes, but also the countersinks. I'm going to countersink all of these bolts.
Yeah, because we hadn't decided, had we? We were like, should we have them exposed?
Just sticking out, but I'm not sure about that. So what I've gone with is a 28mm spade bit. That makes my countersink, and then I'm going to get a 28mm plug cutter and I'm going to cut my own chestnut plugs. So afterwards these will all be filled in and sanded back, and you shouldn't really be able to see there's even bolts there.
And this wood you're practicing on is a piece of chestnut.
This is a piece of chestnut, and basically the connection we need to make is a wood to wood connection.
Mm-hmm.
So these bolts are the perfect situation for it really. So they're lag bolts. These are 100mm for the thinner beam, and then we got 160s for the bigger beam. And I put a washer on there to stop any tear through or pull through, whatever you want to call it, and that just really adds some more strength.
I really thought that I would like that one, the way it protrudes, but I'm actually really leaning towards... I mean, you can't even really see the bolt when it's all the way in there now.
Yeah, let me get this one in there and you can really see how it will look. And they're not spaced perfectly. That's something I want to do right now, is mark out on the beam the right spacing, get them all marked out first, and then I can make all of the spade holes with the spade bit, and then we can start actually attaching it to the big beam. But yeah, it looks nice.
It does look nice.
So if you're looking at it, you can't see the bolt,
No.
and it will all be plugged up. Yesterday was Monday, today's Tuesday, and we were raring to go Monday morning. Let's get this done today, and things just didn't go our plan. So the last time I used my drill, this one properly, was when the builders were here, and I remember they had a problem where they got one of their drill bits stuck in a piece of wood. They couldn't get it out with their drill. They asked to use my drill, and what it's done is it's actually bent the shank. So if I open this up,
because we were doing practices with it yesterday and we realised it wasn't going straight.
yeah, I was drilling holes and I was like, they're going like this. It's not really easy to use. So I don't know if you can see that.
Oh wow.
But
That's not right.
That's the drill gone. I don't know if you can replace the shank. I'm sure you can.
I hope we can. It's a good drill.
What that meant is we had to dig out our backup drill and somehow find the charger and the batteries. It was all over the place. It took hours to find, and we had to go to the city to pick up some other supplies that we didn't have. We basically didn't have the right size spade bit. I didn't want the hole to be massive around the bolt because it's just pointless. You just need enough space to get this in so that you can tighten it up. So that goes in there, and then it's a lot neater, tidier, and it's less hole to have to plug up. Now the nerve-wracking point of putting loads of holes in this beam, and I've measured twice, maybe 4 times actually, and I got this super jazzy marker, so I know how far to plunge in with this bit here. So now all of the countersink holes are drilled, they're all in a line, they look beautiful. It's time to go over with the sander, just give them a light sanding and just get rid of any rough edges, and then it's ready to bolt it on.
Just before we head into the barn with the wood, Theo's just creating a depth stop on the drill bit that we're going to be using to secure the lag bolts in.
Nice!
Nice!
Tossed in like a castaway.
So I'm ready to go. I've got all my drill bits, my lag bolts, my jig. So basically this is the size of the joists that are going across. So we can just go along and check that we're level. There's a few bits where it deviates, but it's wood, that's gonna happen. And I'm ready to go, like I'm excited to get this one in. Then we can get to the next one. Before you know it, we'll be standing up there.
Tossed in, you couldn't see it coming. What we needed, not what we thought we needed. Don't give up, don't give in.
So we've just finished installing the first beam, which is really exciting, and Theo is literally drilling the pilot holes for the second one. And I know we'll get that one done way faster because we've already done it once before, and then once that's done we can begin to put in the cross beams, and then the mezzanine is like 95% finished.
There. I've got 4 more pairs to do after this one. My arm feels like it's going to fall off.
I don't mind taking over those duties if you want.
It's all good. I really wish you could use an impact driver with these bolts, but they're not heat treated, so if you tried to use an impact driver they'd just melt and snap. I know from past experience. when we were doing another project, and this is the correct way to install lag bolts. It's just slow, tedious, but I can slowly start to see the mezzanine come together. I can't wait to cut the joists and get them on next.
I cannot stress enough how wonderful it is to see changes in the barn every single day, and that actually leads me on to today's sponsor, who I want to say a big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you don't know what Skillshare is, it's a fantastic online learning community with thousands of classes to suit absolutely everyone. All you need is a phone, a tablet or a laptop, and you can go online, download the classes so you can access them when you're offline as well, and find something that really suits you. At the moment, I'm doing the Holistic Interior Design Transform Your Personal Space for Wellbeing course by Clear Studios. I really want to make sure that our space in the barn is maximised to suit us, but also make us feel really great when we're living in it as well. So this class is something that I'm really enjoying, and if you want to try out Skillshare, like I said, there are classes to suit everyone. There are topics covering photography, design, writing, interior design, pretty much absolutely anything that you can think of. The first 1,000 people to click the link in our description can get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, and then it works out at less than $10 a month thereafter. So click the link, try it out, and try something new.
We walk this road, it takes us home where love is true.
Are you ready for the last one?
Gosh. Yes! I cannot wait to move on to the joist.
Oh, not long to go.
The sun's setting, we better hurry.
Yeah, all of these need cutting, and then we're going up there.
So close. Come on, Bolty. Laggy.
Bolt on.
There it is.
Yeah! High five!
I don't have the wrist to high five.
It's a low five because I'm really low.
Oh, right, let's get these joists up.
Okay.
It's just gone 7 o'clock and I feel like I'm on the set of Autumn Watch or something. They always do really dark shoots with like the person lit up, but we got our big light that we use in the barn, we brought it outside. We need to crack on, we need to finish these joists. If it means working till midnight, then we're just gonna carry on, but realistically I reckon 45 minutes to an hour and all the joists will be done and it looks so nice. Absolutely knackered, but sitting under here on the grimiest couch ever.
I can't believe you're actually sitting on that thing.
Just admiring the mezzanine. It's beautiful.
Have you shown it yet?
No, I haven't shown it finished, and this, like, I can't even speak, like, I'm so tired. But this is such a vibe. Like, I'm sitting under my mezzanine. This is where our bedroom's gonna be. It just feels amazing. Like,
it does look
the space
so
in here just feels massive.
It is massive.
Like, we've got the height, I could not wait to move on to the next step. Like, unbelievable. One of the next steps is we need to figure out where our ladder's going to go. Not a ladder, sladder. So staircase ladder. Where's it going to go? How's it going to fit? But wow, like this looks beautiful. Like,
let me pan up.
It is blown my mind.
Oh.
And all of these bolt holes that you can see, all these circular holes, like I said before, I'm gonna plug them. So yeah, you won't be able to see them. It will blend. Yeah, it looks amazing.
It does.
I know I keep saying it. I'm so stoked.
I'm so stoked.
This is our home. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I'm lost for words, to be honest. Like, I've been waiting a long time for this, and it's gorgeous. Can't wait to get some floorboards on there.
Me too.
Should we put the OSB up and actually stand up there?
Such a good idea. Yeah, we're about to run out of light. The thing's on like 5%, so let's see what happens. I will give you a hand, but someone's got to film.
Oh God, I'm out of energy.
Beautiful. I'm coming up and following you.
Ooh, up on the mez.
I hope the ladder doesn't fall on me and get stuck up here and have to dive off. Oh wow.
What if the light goes out while we're up here? Have you got your phone?
No, my phone's dead.
Oh no.
I've got no battery, have you?
My phone's on.
Oh god, I'm not committing to being up here just in case then we are in the pitch black.
There's so much space up here.
There is so much room for activities.
Like, it feels massive. I'm like, what size bed are we having?
Yeah, because our bed's going to be going here. Clothes storage there. There's where our bedroom window's going to be.
And we planned it all so this side, the wall is actually higher and the pitch of the roof is shallower, so we've got loads of room in bed. And then this side, maybe some storage. I might just stay up here tonight. just sleep here on the OSB, living the dream.
Comfy as hell.
And it takes my weight, so that's good.
That's brilliant. And I like the fact that we've managed to get it so that the beams are flush, so the floorboards can just rest straight on top of them.
Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, wow. It just feels. I know I just said it. I'm gonna say it again, but we've like doubled the space of this barn.
It's starting to feel like a home now, isn't it?
It feels like a house, a tiny house, but it feels like a house. And wait till the wood burner's in. Wait till this wall's plastered. Wait till we got beautiful wooden flooring. The windows, the doors. Oh, like, seriously.
There's a lot to come and it's exciting. And there's
The
our
light's
cue
gonna go,
to
right,
get down.
you
The
get
light's
down.
gonna go.
Good morning, guys. I'm currently feeling a little bit worse for wear, but I had to pull myself out of bed because today we're going to pick up more windows and doors. You know them situations where it's a late night, you're scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and you see a good deal and you bite. And that is what I've done. If I see a good deal, I just have to get it. So that is what we're doing. I think there's 14 windows and 4 doors. It's quite ridiculous. I'm a bit worried about how they're actually going to fit in the back of the truck, but I'm sure we're going to make it work. I'm an optimist. We're going to make it work. It's going to happen. And they won't all smash on the way back. And I'm prepared as I can be in the back of the truck. I've got pallets, I've got scrap pieces of wood, I got some clamps, some screws, 2 drills, jump leads and a saw, and straps, bubble wrap and some foil to wrap around the windows and doors to hopefully secure them a bit more so they don't shake about. But yeah, I think we're ready to hit the road. Well, that was not the start that we needed today. We're already late. We need to hit the road ASAP, and yeah, the truck wouldn't start again, so I had to bump start it down the hill.
Good thing we've got a hill, eh?
I know, the hill is always useful, but anyway, we need to hit the road. I can't even think straight. There's so many things we need to do. We need to just go. My mind is fried.
Smoke in the sky and fire in the air. Desire burns between them.
So I'm back, I've got the strap. It's a massive beast. Hopefully this is going to do the job. I've got loads of others, but I just wanted to make sure I got a backup.
You can never have enough straps.
And just as I got back in the vehicle, I had to push it again in the car park. So it's going to be an interesting day, that's for sure, but we really need to make moves now. It looks like our ETA is bang on time, so we better get going.
Lead your way, sing your song, moving every day, going further on. Lead your way, keep on strong. Every day, going further on. Break out day till the sun goes down.
Well, we did it. We got back quite late last night and we decided to leave the unloading of the windows for this morning so we could have a bit of a break. We got back with all of the windows, we think, intact. The ones we can see all look intact, so fingers crossed. 0 have smashed. I've got a feeling they're all going to be totally fine, and now we need to unload them and put them somewhere safe where we can keep them until we need them. Are you ready to get unloading? You look like you're still asleep.
I'm not ready at all. I'm just soaking in the rays. The sun is so warm on my skin, it's just lovely. And I know that I've got to unload all of these windows and doors, and yesterday it was a big process tying them all in. It's going to be easier getting them out. But
it took an hour, which is mad.
I'm just knackered, absolutely knackered. I don't feel like I can catch a breath. So there's always so much to do, but yeah, we better get them, store them behind the horse box, and then they're ready for when we work on that project that they're for.
When all else fails, you're by my side. Then tomorrow I can face it. When I stop running from my life.
Couldn't get much closer than that, could I?
My heart is home with you. When I get lost, you stay behind. When I'm falling, you're my strength, yeah. You lift me up, you ease my mind. Forever holding up my faith, yeah. My heart is home with you. My heart is home with you.
I absolutely love this square window that we got as part of the package, and the reason they're swapping all of their windows and doors out in their house, and the reason they're getting rid of these ones, is because they're changing to double glaze. These are single glaze, but it's perfect for us and what we need. I'll talk later in the video about the projects that we want to use these windows and doors for, but how cute is this? It's got a little shutter that opens up.
I love that.
How cute is that? A storm hatch.
It is.
And then you can open this and the whole window opens. You got a fly screen, and I'm thinking this would make a great workshop window, wouldn't it?
It would.
We've literally got all shapes and sizes. I'm adding to my window collection for sure here. But this is a nice size window. It's not in its frame. The frames are separate, so you just slot them into the frame. And they're aluminium, and I really like the colour actually.
They're super lightweight, which is great.
Lightweight, it means that I think if they were all wood framed, this truck would have struggled. We went up many mountains and hills to get them. So this is one of my favourite windows in the batch.
Another favourite.
It's an absolute unit. It's got 4 different windows within the frame. Most of them open up nicely like that, if you've never seen a window open before.
Theo's demonstrating how to open a window.
But check this out.
It opens, oh my gosh, would you believe it?
No, it's really cool, it's massive, and that again would go really nice in a workshop.
As you
I
can
could
tell, our
stare
project
out over the view while I'm
planing.
cutting my wood.
As you can tell, our project is going to be building a workshop with windows.
And an extension, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Don't give them too much.
All right.
Right, I need to carry this over.
That's the final one.
It's
isn't it?
heavy. Well, nearly. We need to show them some doors.
As Theo said, we've got some doors to show you, and actually we've tidied all of them away, bar one that's behind me. I'm going to give you the grand tour of our door in a second. It's a very nice door, very heavy. It opens and closes. It looks like a door. It's got windows on it. It's made of metal. And yeah, Theo's going to give you a tour of the door. Look at that.
We got 4 of these doors.
It's a door.
So yeah, 4 of these doors with different varying aspects to them.
What's the aspects? Just you mean windows?
So this is nicely framed up with loads of little windows
Windows.
that I like. It's really cute. And then we've got other ones that are fully glass, like we're going to have in our front of the house door.
And you might be
front door.
wondering, why don't we just use one of those? Unfortunately, they're not the right size.
Yeah, it's not the right size. That would be lucky if it was. Nearly one of them is.
Nearly, it's so nearly.
It's
but
absolutely massive. I'll show you the frame actually so you can see what an absolute beast this door is.
Have you ever seen a prouder man of a door frame?
Look at the size of that. It's actually the same width as our front door in the barn, but the height's a little bit too much. Probably about 4 or 5 centimetres.
Yeah, the height of ours is 2 metres, isn't it?
But this will match nicely for the other project that we've got. It's pretty amazing what you can do with pallets. You know when you go on Pinterest and there's like 100 things you can do with a pallet.
How to clean your teeth with a pallet. How to build a house out of a
Exactly,
pallet.
and we turned up with 2 pallets and a bit of scrap wood, and on the driveway of the people that we bought the windows and doors off, we managed to knock this up, and it worked perfectly. It may look really rubbish, but it actually worked, and they all survived, and it was a really long distance over cobbled streets, over mountains, over hills, dirt tracks, and we made it. So
this is an ode to pallets.
the Indie Projects haulage firm is coming soon. If you need anything valuable transporting, we have the truck for your needs.
It might not always start, but it gets you there.
We will get there at some point. But yeah, this thing worked. Really proud. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Did you just rupture your insides?
No.
Pretending to be able to do
My
puzzle-
6-pack feels like really taut. Is that the right word? Strong. Anyway, this is the side of the house.
Well done, you've won an award for the most awkward intro of all time.
This is the side of the house that we want to build an extension eventually. So some of the windows and doors will go on here. And what we envision for this area is to get rid of this tree.
Or relocate it.
Or relocate this tree. And then we're going to have a lean-to structure off the side that's completely... I'd like to do it out of stone. I'm going to be honest, it would be amazing if we could do it out of stone, and I think it would just look beautiful, and that would be our utility room, so all of our washing, stuff that doesn't need to be inside the house, and so that we can have the main house clutter free, because it's not a very big space for a house. So all of our stuff can go in here, and then we can live a minimalistic life in the house. And on the back of the house we want to do a miniature version of the veranda that's on the front on the back, but this will be for storage, things
More
like
storage.
like wood storage. We can store garden tools and things that we access quite a bit and we need access to quickly, but we need it covered, and it'll just be nice to have another covered space. And then onto the workshop, and this is where our workshop's going to go. As you can see, our current workshop storage area has been taken over by the wind and the sun.
The sun has just ruined it.
It's very brittle.
We bought this, would you believe it, last summer.
Yeah, so it's lasted one summer. Brutal here, 40 degrees in the summer. It's really harsh. Not much can cope. Even tarps just turn to dust. But yeah, it's done the job for now, but eventually we want a nice big workshop, somewhere where I can have all my tools out, can have my table saw, my chop saw set up.
We can drive the tractor into
And
it.
then I'm thinking, have a dividing wall with a big window that looks in on my tractor. So it's almost like on display. Bit of LED lighting, that might be going too far, but
Smoke machine.
it'd be nice to get all of our vehicles and tools in a dry condition,
Away from the sun.
out of the damp, out of the sun. But we're going to remove some of this shrubbery, and it's going to be quite a long, thin workshop. And yeah, that's all to come on this channel. It's going to be good. There's endless projects to keep us going, but for now we need to carry on with the house.
Well, we've really worked our butts off these past 2 days and we're so happy with the progress that we've made on the barn conversion, and we're getting so much closer to it finally being a home. Make sure that you tune into our next video because we've got a lot going on.